Hi guys, I am Mr. JJ. Welcome to my channel. Let's look into some recent political movements happening in India and China, amid the coronavirus crisis. More than 45 lakh people have been infected and 3 lakh people died worldwide during the period of a few months. This was due to a severe contagious respiratory disease called COVID-19, or commonly known as coronavirus. This disease has been originated from China. Epidemics such as SARS, bird flu A, Hong Kong flu, Asian flu, etc. were originated from China. Why do all these nasty diseases come from China? The answer is not very complicated. Many people in China have unhealthy food habits. Chinese eat all kinds of animals and birds. They are openly traded in tightly packed crowded markets. That causes the spread of diseases from different animal species to humans. Since China is the most populated country in the world, the spread of infection is just a matter of time. Virtually all countries are affected by this deadly disease. Weeks and months of lockdown have had significant implications on economies around the globe. As a consequence, a serious backlash has been built against China over coronavirus. President Trump has blamed China for its initial mishandling and failing to inform other nations about the pandemic. He said he would seek pandemic damages from Beijing. Australia has called for an inquiry into the origin of the virus. A German newspaper named Bild called for China to pay Berlin $165 billion in compensation. India has tightened its foreign investment rules to block opportunistic takeovers by China, but China's reaction to these accusations includes being defensive, giving out false data about the number of cases, blaming the US and punishing whistleblowers. This indifference from China and the need for diversification of manufacturing hubs encouraged many countries to shift their production units out of China. Target countries include India, Vietnam, Malaysia, Taiwan, etc. How did India get into the list? India has always maintained strategic diplomatic relationships with almost all countries in the world. India is still a country with cheap labor but has a huge potential to grow. It also has land available for factories. Besides, Make in India initiative has been attracting investors in recent years. The US-China trade war forced many enterprises to walk away from China. Apple is one of them. In the wake of the coronavirus crisis, India started seeking opportunities to draw the attention of businesses to the country. Several companies have conducted talks with senior political officers regarding their business plans. About 200 American companies are set to relocate from China to India post the general election in the US. Korean companies like POSCO and Hyundai Steel are planning to set up their factories in Andhra Pradesh. Handset maker Lava International plans to shift its export manufacturing base from China to India this year. The company will invest about 800 crore over the next 5 years. The US-India Strategic and Partnership Forum's President Mukesh Aghi stated that the companies are talking to them to set up an alternative to China by investing in India. India also pledged easy access to land for factories leaving China. CNBC states that India could benefit as much as $11 billion as a result of welcoming investments. Top sectors that could benefit are pharmaceutical, chemicals, and engineering. Well, everything looks good, right? But, how will this benefit the citizens of India? As we all know, India is still at its developing stage. Unemployment rates are at the highest. These investments help to create millions of jobs. Such a sustainable income will boost the consumer sector, as people could afford more. Eventually, that helps local businesses to bloom. The growth of infrastructure around these factories could improve the entire picture of the local community. Also, taxes paid by these companies add to the wealth of the country. What are the challenges? Major hurdles in front of India are complex land laws, labor regulations, and lack of infrastructure. Nevertheless, India is trying to boost infrastructure and foreign investment through a multi-billion-dollar budget. Major policy reforms have also been made in the manufacturing and retail sectors. The Production Incentive Scheme approved by the Prime Minister of India consists of an incentive of 4 to 6% on sales of goods produced in India for 5 years. India is developing a land pool nearly double the size of Luxembourg to lure businesses moving to India. That is a total area of 461,589 hectares around the country in places such as Gujarat, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, and Andhra Pradesh. Therefore, Invest India, the government investment agency, has received inquiries mainly from Japan, the USA, and South Korea. If everything goes as planned, India will become one of the major manufacturing hubs of the world in the near future. I hope you enjoyed the video. I will explain more in the coming videos. Leave your comments below. Thank you.